Stella, and I'm excited to be here today to show what I have crafted on my mannequin and why I choose Matrix as my go-to education and support system for behind the chair. As a salon stylist working behind the chair, it became my passion to communicate with each client by educating. Continuing my education on the newest technologies and techniques throughout the industry were key in my success as a stylist behind the chair. At the start of my career, I was introduced to Matrix Colorline Logics, and I now use SoColor, ColorSync, Gloss Sync, as we know, the newest Color Insider, Lightmaster, and Matrix Hair Care products. I first want to talk about the newest technology on Color Insider and what I have experienced with that, and the delivery system, which is the ODS2, which means not only oil in the color but also in the developer. Traditional permanent hair color uses a water-based system that flows in and out of the hair while processing, while we lose some color in the hair when processing with a water-based system. With Color Insider, it gives me the ability to create high-definition color results with minimum stress to the hair cuticle for outstanding shine. Because Color Insider can create the hair to become smoother and shinier, lasting longer throughout visits, it becomes demanding among stylists and my clients. Another great thing I have to say about Color Insider is the ability it has given me to increase my color client percentage because of the no ammonia, efficient color delivery system, preserving the hair fiber and integrity for an even reflective finish. So now we're going to start with the sectioning, and this is my favorite part because it's still going to give you a natural feel. Like I said, just like the ombre where it's peekabooing in the middle and it's bringing more into a fall look, so we're transforming the ombre, and with the beautiful color line of Color Insider, we're going to get that shine and what the client is really looking for the cuticle and for a beautiful finish. So over here, I'd like to say that we work with a clean eye and everything is completely organized so we can see what we're doing, so it's easy to get the new techniques on the client and we can know exactly what we're doing and where we're going to place everything before we do it, so we're fast and efficient. So over here I have mixed up my Lightmaster with 40 volume, 2 scoops equal parts, and that is going to be highlighted in the foils, and then also the 5RC, which is going to go everywhere else all over the hair to give it that glossy shine, and then at the shampoo bowl I will put on the gloss all over at the end. So first we're going to start taking our section, and it's going to be right at the top of the head, right on the round. Now this is just on the crown and it's a circle, and we're going to make it fairly small, and this is going to drape over all the highlights that you do right in the middle. So as I pre-did this mannequin, I'm taking out the lighter pieces that I can see I had already made. So we have that section right in the middle, and we're combing it and keeping it nice and clean, straight up. And I'm just going to twirl it with my comb to keep that section clean. And this here, we have our base. So this is our first section. And we're clipping it right in. So that's our first step in the sectioning, and this is going to fall over and create that shine for that client. So now, all I'm going to do is go around a brick layer, crescent shape, circles, half circles right around that section. So we're kind of weaving right in there that foil that we're going to do, but we're sectioning it out beforehand so we can see. And as I said, I pre-did this mannequin, so I'm leaving out the lighter pieces and that crescent moon shape and just putting a clip in just like that. And this can be uneven. It's going to make it more fluid as you do your color, so that highlight just blends in and you have those blended lines of lightness going through the middle. So just twirling it completely. So I now have 3 sections, and I just continue to go around and swipe those sections. You can do some of them bigger, some of them smaller. And just twirling it and keeping it nice and clean. And then pinning it right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I have a couple sections now. Going to leave a few more. And where I prefer to stop is right where the head starts to round, so we can use that color insider on the top. So now we have our first section here, and you can already see where I had weaved it. So some of these are just going to be a straight section, just slicing, and then some are weaving just to keep it more natural and give it a natural feel. So I'm just going to weave out that lightness, and I'm going to put that foil right to the base. And then now I'm taking my lightener with 40 volume, and I'm just brushing it and saturating the full strand of hair. And the best thing about this lightener is that it does have conditioning qualities, and it lifts 8 levels. Now we just want to fold each foil to make sure we have the color that's staying in there. So then I'm just going to continue around and go on the outsides first of the hair and keep my sections nice and clean, and continue doing the same and weaving out pieces of hair to put that light master on. And fully saturating the hair. And then always bending in those ends just to make sure the color stays. So I'm continuing around the back of the head. Again, weaving just to create a little bit of negative space in the hair, so we have that contrast. Continuing around the side. Just weaving out those lighter pieces. Now this color is perfect for a transitioning ombre, or also a client that wants to try a new highlight but doesn't want to get that regrowth and having to come into the salon every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks. Because what this is going to create is a ton of movement in the hair And I chose this technique because having the color, the lighter colors in the middle of the crown area is where you're going to see it the most. But leaving this base out will disguise any regrowth coming through. Having this color being a peekaboo. Start folding all those packets. Continuing, we're on getting more closer to the base. I'm doing some slicing right here. Getting that whole piece to create that burst of color. Saturating roots and ends. And with Light Master, because it lists 8 levels, it goes pretty quick. So processing time is going to depend on your client's hair type, porosity of the hair, and of course I used 40 volume on this mannequin because they can move pretty fast and lighten up pretty easily. Turning that, we have 2 sections left. Just to get that burst of color in there. Another slice we're going to do right here, right where the crown is. Just to get that coming through. To shine. Now another way you can do this is also to lay the foils on top, but folding it makes it a little bit neater and you can see exactly what's going on in the hair and where your sections are, like having clean partings. Take a little bit of that, add it to that section. So again, just weaving through for a more natural, fluid feel in the hair. So getting that lighten out as fast as you can because it will go quick with that 40 volume. So this is going to be your finished product, so you're going to have all these beautiful highlights right in the middle, right below the crown area, where this is just going to fall right over, and we're going to put the 5RC from Color Insider, which gives a ton of shine, a lot of depth in the hair, and this is just going to fall right all over the foils, so that we have that peekaboo where we're transitioning and we're seeing those bursts of color right through the hair. So now I'm going to start with getting my gloves on, and because I have a clean station, I can see all the tools that I need to be using. So now I have my gloves on, and now we're going to start to apply the 5RC all over everything that's left out of the foils. And what's great about this is because we have the foils packed so tight in the hair, it's okay if the color gets a little bit on the root because that's what we want. First we're going to start we're going to get this 5RC right on the root and just paint it on right at the base. this color is going to give you all the shine that you need, the newest technology that we have. And we're just going to go right down the mid shaft, just like so. And we're going to leave the ends out because what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of clear to mix with the ends so it gives you more of a natural feel. I'm going to turn the head this way. And I'm just going to get all over that top. Just there, so. And again, we're going to go through neatly and just get it through halfway down that strand, all the way around. Even combining it with the back sections and flipping those foils upward. And this technique is very easy and very efficient and fast for your clients. You can get them in and out of the salon, but leaving with amazing color and long lasting with the technique, as well as the new color that we have with Matrix Color Insider. Getting it right on that root, everywhere. Now we're leaving these clips in right around the sides of the head and in the back, just to keep everything neat and tidy, so we can see exactly what we're doing. And I'm just twisting this head around to get the root everywhere, getting that color right to the root, where it's going to be very heavily pigmented, and that's why we are putting the clear more towards the ends, so it doesn't pick up such heavy pigment, and because those ends tend to be more porous in the hair. So now I'm going to go ahead and take out my clips and put them right on my chin. And just continue right around the front area. Getting that color all over. Start going in the back now, right below the occipital bone. Taking that tip out from the back. And then continuing, getting all over the root, around the face. All underneath. So now we're going to put on the 5 RC that I have here mixed with equal parts of clear and 10 volume, knowing that clear doesn't lift, it only shifts the hair, and we're getting that all over the ends, fully saturated. And we're going to let this sit for about 20 minutes on my mannequin, but depending on, like I said, the porosity of your client, hair texture. And I continued the process with taking out the foils, giving a good shampoo, and then I put the ACC Color Sync Gloss with equal parts of 10 volume all over the entire mannequin, and that's going to give beautiful shine because of the ammonia-free, and works so well with the other colors that I use in the hair to tone that highlight, to get it blended for my fall look and my inspiration of those fall colors of coppers and reds going into fall. So now we're going to start the cut with this mannequin, and the first thing I'm going to use is one of my favorite Matrix Biolage, the Keratin Dose. So now I'm going to continue to spray that right over the mannequin, turning it all the way around on the client. You're going to spray from roots to ends, and then use a comb to comb that through the hair, which is most important to me because you're getting it all over each strand, and you're sectioning it and getting it in all over even on the hair, which is so important to teach our clients when they're going home, to get that product evenly all over the hair, so when you do bring it home and you do blow dry, you can get that same in-salon look that we're creating for the client to leave with. So we're combing that all the way through. And then we're first going to start with our parting. It's going to be right at the front. We're going to get this all the way back. And we're going to start right in the middle and go all the way to the crown of the head and split that right open. So we're going to get that nice clean line so we can see and we can work easy with our clean space. We can work fast and efficient. And even when wet, you can see that highlight peeking through just the mountain area. And then we're going to continue this parting all the way through the back. So we're going all the way to the nape of the neck. And when you have your client in your chair, you can just tilt their head slightly down just to get that nice, straight, clean line. So now that we have that nice clean section, right from the crown all the way towards the occipital bone, we're going to do an A-line parting right where the occipital bone, right below it. And we're going to section this out. And we're going to put this right towards the ear. And with my tools, I'm just going to put one clip, and then I'm going to copy on the other side, just below the ear. And we're going to twist this forward nice and clean so that it's out of our way so we can see our sectioning and see what we're doing. So now we have that A-line parting right here, you see, and we're going to start cutting our one length. Now, for me, I chose one length because a lot of my clients want to keep their length but change their haircut and modernize it and do different techniques while keeping their length. And I think a great way to do this is to create that heavy line at the bottom, which is so hard to achieve in our hair because the ends are getting so damaged with heat styling tools and all these other things that they're doing outside of the salon as well as sometimes inside the salon. So I think it's most desirable to have that heavy, clean line at the bottom and then just softening it up with some forward graduation. So first I'm going to start, and we're going to pull this straight down, and I'm going to grab my shears, and we're going to start to cut. So first section is going to be right down the middle, and we want to make sure our client's head is straight up and chin straight, because anytime they're going to move the head a little bit forward, it's going to create a little bit of lift towards the front in shorter pieces, and we want that line to be nice and heavy and clean. So I'm going to make my first cut, and then we're just going to continue to connect each section to the middle. And we're creating that nice, heavy, clean, sharp line to go with our color. So as you see as we go, we're just going to keep taking the partings that are A-line, and depending on the density of the hair, you can take bigger sections or smaller sections as long as we're clipping out when we are not cutting, because we never want to cut outside of your section. So you can see how we continue to take those clean lines. And then brushing the hair smooth down with no bumps, using that comb with a small teeth. And then as you bring it down, so we're just following our guide, bringing those lines down right around the edges, making sure to keep it nice and clean. using our comb as our guide. So now right when we get to about the sides is where I'm going to take those clips out and making sure that that client's head is looking straight forward so we can keep that length and not lose it right on the side. So we're going to bring this right over, straight down, and just connect from the back right towards the front, keeping that length on the sides and maintaining that strong, heavy, clean line. Turning and continuing on the other side. So we're just copying on the other side, continuing that clean, heavy line, bringing it to the side, making sure the client's head is up so we're not losing any length. So that is the finish for the one length. And now we're just going to create a little bit of movement towards the front. So we have that style going with the color where it's edgy and we have that movement, and it's going to be easy for the client to style. They're not going to just have that heavy line, they will have movement around their face. So now we're just taking sections that are going rounded right around the head and pinning out the sections that we're not cutting. So like a horseshoe shaped section. From forehead right to where the ear is, pulling all of that forward where it naturally would fall. So we're letting the hair fall naturally right in front of the face. And then we're going to start with the first section. And depending on density, you can go a little bit further back, but we're going to take this section, we're going to slowly start to graduate. So we start right here, over directing to keep that length and cutting. So again, we're going to over direct the entire section and cut. And then I like to go right on the other side and copy. Over directing the hair and cutting. And this is going to give just a slight movement right around the face for the client to go perfectly with their color. Now there's your finished style, and then we're going to dry this mannequin. Rough dry. We do have 4 products. We did use the keratin dose as I was cutting, so it's kind of like a cutting lotion. And then we're going to use the Design Plus Iron In Styling Mist. Now this is going to protect against any heat styling products that we are going to use. We're going to teach you how to style the hair for a great texture for this finish and a fun look for the client to learn. So we're just going to quickly rough dry this with the paddle brush, going back and forth so that we have all that movement in the hair. We can really see it, and then we're going to use our flat iron to style. So we just finished blow drying our mannequin, and I already had prepped the back for you guys to see a little bit of the curling technique that I use on the mannequin that's very easy for a client to take home and also do on themselves, which is so important. I did use the thermal iron, flat iron spray to protect the hair from the heat of the flat iron, and as you can see the color popping out when you create this type of texture throughout the hair. And I think it's so important to create texture with your finished product look, also with your color and your cut. So first we're going to start off sectioning the hair, and I'm doing it slightly to the side to create a softer look where it's going to fall right over the face to go along with the softness of the color. So we're going to clip this right out of the face, and then we're going to start taking vertical sections, and these sections are from the ears forward. Everything else in the back had already been prepped, and I'm going to teach you guys a really cool technique that I love to teach my clients in the salon. And we're going to start with our flat iron and already spraying the thermal spray and having the keratin dose in the hair. We're going to heat this flat iron right up, and right to the root, we're going to start to curl right away from the face and bringing that flat iron down and then stopping right in the middle and pulling that up. So you see you get nice movement, and as we went backwards, we're just going to come back around and we're going to go forward with that styling technique, and this is going to create the curls to intertwine with each other and give it a really fun, edgy look to go with the color that we have created for the client. Now we're going to take our second section, and this is so easy to teach clients, and they love using the flat iron at home, so why not teach them some new cool techniques to flat iron and use it to curl the hair and expand their knowledge on what flat irons can do for the hair. So as we went backward with this curl, we're going to go forward just to fill in a little bit of that empty space right there to make the hair look nice and full. So now all these curls you can see are intertwining, and I'm just going to finish these top two sections with continuing the curl, going halfway down, and then wrapping back down again, and creating that movement of the hair, which is so easy and fun for the client to create at home using their flat irons. Let's do 2 more sections. And I'm going to turn the mannequin just towards me so I can see. Continuing doing what I taught you. You're going down. And we're just creating that finished look with a nice soft curl intertwining together. So we're twisting it right at the root, right around the face, pulling it forward just to fill in any of that negative space around the hairline, and then going the opposite way. And then here you go is my finished product. And then just to add a little bit of hold for the client, I'm going to use the Amplify Volume Matrix Hairspray. And what I like to do is just lift the hair up and spray right all over, just to give tons of volume and movement for the hair. So now you can see my finished product and the beautiful movement I have crafted today with using the amazing Matrix Color system with the Color Insider, newly launched, that we love to use in our salon and in our clients, and then also the Color Gloss and Lightener Matrix, which was awesome. And the finished style just has tons of texture and tons of movement, and I hope you like what I crafted for you today, and thank you for watching.